I'm d oh, I'm welcome to Ready Out, our pre-race show for VRA. I am joined by Toddy and Crown to my left.
Yeah.
Hello.
Is yeah. You should unmute yourself because I'm talking to nobody right now. Or get that mic connected.
I
Okay, we're a little delayed, but we still have quite a bit to cover. We have a couple drivers here that we want to interview before the race today. We're going to see Antela, who's driving the number 13 Hot Rat Racing Ford. Litman Nick driving the number 29 MRI Racing Team Ford. And Viking, the MRI Racing Team owner, also driving a car in the 14. Yeah. Okay. So, Darlington, we had the longest D2 race of the season yesterday. Wasn't a great showing. We had a lot of attendees, though. How do you guys think D1 is going to shake out compared to that?
Well, from what I heard, the D2 race was said to be a poor race. So that's gonna be interesting to watch if the cars have been improved or if they stayed the same. I checked just now, and it seems that the cars got new sounds. So so there's gonna be new engine sounds supposedly, and I hope it turns out well this race.
Yep.
So, do we have any favorites coming into this race, or is it just kind of a free for all?
I don't know. We would need to see some practice lap times, but it's hard without them, especially without subbing on. We don't know who has experience with this track because we also have completely new cars. So for now, it's a free for all.
Right. Um. Yeah.
So, I think Tawa would be the favorite, but we don't even know if he's going to be attending this race. I think Litman Nick would be the next up. He's finished pretty consistently here, but has yet to even get close to that first win at Darlington. It's actually still looking for that first what's it called? The crown jewel. First crown jewel win for him. Got really close in the 500 earlier this season, but that penalty really pulled him back.
Uh, I I believe that Tawa is only signed up for road courses this season and Daytona 500. I mean Verizon 500.
Yeah, he should be also attending the Spring Livers 500 at Indy later this season as well.
Oh, that's interesting. Taddy, do you have any thoughts on who might win this race, or do you also think it's gonna be free for all?
Um. It's probably good. It's probably going to be a free for all because no one. I mean, disregard of what happened yesterday. It's possibly either going to be either Whitman Nick or someone else just going to be battling it out for the lead because it's mostly either him or um at least one other person in the field. It's just going to be battling him out all day, like trying to get away from the rest of the field. That's pretty much all I have.
after Sonoma, Smithsport continues to dominate. Uh, they're doing incredibly well in the team and the driver standings, with two of their drivers, I believe, in the top three. Yeah, they actually have a 1-2 currently, and 3 wins out of 4. Only Littman Nick having a lone win for MRI. Uh,
So I was gonna ask if do you think we could see someone else winning today, or if you think it's gonna be another day for Smithsport
well, I
collecting
person
another win.
well, I personally hope for a Kaimashi win, obviously as a team owner, but realistically, I'm thinking it's either gonna be Smithsport or MRI or Unfamous. With that, it's that three powerhouses of D1 that probably will come out of top on top.
It's a very interesting trio, I'd say. As the I don't think any well besides Smithsport, I don't think there is any team that's really come close to being the dominant team. Now Littman Nick's been good, but I'd say that's his performance alone and not really the overall team.
It is
Um,
true. Littman Nick has been just carrying MRI as he alone puts them in second
second,
place
yeah.
with his 95 points. Viking only earning 37.
Now Galaxo has actually been the front runner for Unfamous, first time in a very long time. Actually, since his championship in season 3, where we've seen him as the top Unfamous driver. So he's currently fourth in points, but he is sitting a hefty 30, 35 points away from Litman Nick in third and 48 from the leader as these top three continue to pull a points gap. But,
Yeah,
you know, he was close to
AJ
that win at Sonoma.
AJ with that unfortunate DSQ in Daytona after wrecking post race probably hurt him really much. It was a P5, I believe, or a P6. That would have been some great points for the team, but it's unfortunate.
Yeah, if not for that DSQ, he could be around maybe, yeah, just ahead of Galaxo by not much, but not enough to catch these top three.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, let's get a driver. So we've been talking about Lim and Nicola sitting third in points behind these two Smithsport drivers. Let's get you up here, Mister Lipman, if he's here.
Hello.
Hello, Lipman. So sitting third in points, 13 points behind Dino. Sorry, behind Nint in first, 9 points behind Dino in second. How are we feeling coming
Mhm.
into today?
Um, I'm very excited to take another crack at Darlington. Obviously, I've not won quite yet, and that's very unfortunate. However, I've been up front almost at all times. Um, I'm very confident that I'll be a front runner. However, I'm not confident in a win, knowing as how fast the Smith Sport cars have been all season so far in every aspect of racing. This is the first real shorter track of the season. Um, so I don't know how Nint fares on those, the points leader, and I know Dino is solid. He has won here before, after all.
Yeah, actually, yeah, Dino is one start beforehand, coming out with one win. But you've had some decent finishes here as well. Third place 2 times, I believe, the past 2 seasons. You think you can?
Mhm.
I know you say you don't feel very confident, but the stats show that you could have a realistic chance. Does that make you feel any
Or
different coming into it?
it makes me feel better knowing that the best driver in the league's history probably might not be here, and he's been very solid at Darlington. I'm pretty sure he's won at least one. Um, so I'm just hoping that I can perform well when it comes time, make the right pit calls, and get out to a lead.
All right. Thank you, Nick. So, Crown or Toddy, you feeling the you feeling the Nick Litman Nick train or no?
I don't think so.
Me neither.
I think Smithport is currently too good. They're too good. They've
Mm.
been incredibly good in those races. Dino getting P2 in Las Vegas certainly helped. Though Litvinenko has won the oval race previously, I still think that Dino and Nent having
Mhm.
having the 2-on-1 advantage will probably help, as one of
I
them
feel
could slow
evil.
down Litvinenko.
Yeah. The Swiss Sport has gotten a podium every single race this season so far. Doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. So, Toddy, you on the same thing?
Kinda. I mean, besides Pancake causing like a whole, uh, besides Pancake terrorizing like half of the first D2 season, he's not in D1 for this one, but think I think I see Smith for possibly dominating for the first half. They could possibly win today.
Mm. So, for future races, do you see anybody closing that gap in between the top three and the rest of the field?
Hmm. It could. I mean, it could either be once again Smithsport, Unfamous, or MRI.
We already have an MRI driver sitting in third. Galaxo is the closest next in 35 points behind Nick. And, Smithsport's already there. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much all I have.
All right. Let's get the MRI team owner up here. Doing very well this season. His team at least. Hello, Viking. Hello, hello. We got you. I'm not getting a connection. That is okay. That is fine. All right. But MRI doing very well. Bounced back after I think 2 seasons where they were sitting last in team points after Lippman Nick left them in season 3. But now he's back and they're doing great. Doing good. Lippman Nick definitely was performing better previously with his other team. So, speaking of his other team, Antwall and Hot Rat Racing have moved from. No, sorry. Yes, Antwall moved from Spring Motorsports and to Hot Rat Racing with his other teammate Murillo. Litman, Nick, Murillo, Antwall, all on the same team, won the championship season with them, and they all dispersed. Litman, Nick returning to MRI, Murillo and Antwall making the move to Hot Rat Racing. So, let's get Antwall on here. He hasn't had the best start to his season, but after coming off a career year, we'll see if he can get back on his feet You there, Ant?
Yo, yo.
So, not the best start to your season. You're sitting 11th in points. Only 2 finishes inside the top 10. How you feeling going into Darlington?
Well, to be honest, spring. If I was being honest with you right now, with Saudi I am kind of in a bit of in a zone where I don't like to be, where I called the cage zone. That's what I'll be. I would say. With last season, having two last season being top five in the top in 4 races, and this season not getting a top five. I'm really in a zone where I don't know what I'm at, to be honest. With like, I'm more confused than anything else. With like the breaking turn cars and the bad performance with the team and just everything.
Hmm. Well, you are with a new team. Do you think it could just be that, like, trying to adapt to the new equipment? Or, I mean, you have some of the same teammates. Marilla. I don't know if he's been too active, but you think that could be it, or if it's your performance itself?
I think it's a mixture of both. Like in Vegas, dude. Like in Vegas, I was actually quick, showing that I had top three pace, and Daytona, another track where chances of winning were high. However, I think season four luck has I'm having some season four luck issues where I do well mid races and then sadly get into a crash or I slow down, then I'm affected badly. Both but yeah, that's nothing. That's one of the biggest issues that I have at the moment. It's just luck not being on my side, like season
Hmm.
four.
Luck not on your side. Do you think there's any way that you could kind of take control of that? Or you really believe it's up to whatever force is out there to decide your fate?
Not really. I would say I think they should have with Vegas was just unluckiness, being behind one of the MRI machines, which who had a really bad slow start, causing me not to be able to get the car correct and the new tire as well. But yeah, just need to find myself in better positions, be more aggressive in the race, in the restarts, and I think just try to go by race. Since at the moment, due to me this being my final season, or even thinking or maybe doing a sabbatical, um, where I might just do something like that. It's just this is kind of like I've 3 more races or 4 to see if I still have the pace, or maybe it's time to I don't know speak to my management and my to myself about the future for my career, but also in other places like is racing maybe ended for me, or is it just another bad season where I just need to recover a bit more and then focus for Pocono, which I know is coming up next, where I finished top 3. But also some tracks that are coming up, but most of all the Spring 500, which I know I can win, but I just need some luck.
Hmm. All right, thank you, Antela. I do want to ask you about your new team, the kind of dynamic of that. More of how's that working for you? First time that you've been in a new team since actually ever being in Cup. You raced for Amica D2, and then once you got to Cup, you stuck around same place for a while. Now, yeah, new shop. How's that feeling?
I think there was some this year, there was some claims that the Hodder Racing team made that sadly haven't come true yet. Like I was placed in the first shop, so number one shop, and sadly I think the pressure has gone over me. See, that's a mess. I was always the third car. I was always the first shop or second shop, never in the first one, which meant that less pressure to deal with. Meaning that I could, if I had some bad races, I could just go another below. However, due to being the most experienced driver, now I just need to pretty much get the team to find a way out to we can work together. Like Foxy and Marv Murillo have been showing some great pace in that shop. Sadly, for my shop, I'm not sure if it's just something that's happening. Like we've had some issues with the car, with the turning and the braking. So there's something that is in suiting my driving style, or the car isn't set up to my liking, but just need to work from there onwards. Like talk to the team and be like, what can we fix it, or would this just be a bad season to remember?
All right. Thank you, Ansel. That'll do for him. New team, rough start to the season. Kind of trying to take that leadership role at Hot Rat Racing. But I want to talk to fourth in points, really close to that win last week in Sonoma. Unfamous team owner, Cup Series champion, Verizon 500 winner, all of his other accomplishments that I haven't listed. Galaxel. Gak, do we got you? Hold on.
I don't know if he's actually here or not.
I do not know either. Let's try to establish a connection. We're having not great connection to the um that's okay. We'll interview him once our studio team can get that set up. Um Crown Toddy, let's talk about Antwell a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of agree that he's had bad luck, or it's just kind of a pace thing, or it's because of the new team, or what are your thoughts?
You're saying so? You're just saying that to me and Crown?
Yeah,
Um, respectfully, Angelo. I did feel bad for you, like for the most first half of the season, because he kept on getting screwed over constantly by other drivers for either just not for either them just not giving them enough room or just spinning them for a win. I would just feel really bad for him because I don't want Antelope's final season to be like that. I just want it to where it can like end off with a bang or something. It feels wrong for that to happen.
yeah. Well, we've been speculating Antelo retirement for quite some time. We'll see if this is actually the last season for him. Looking for that fourth win of his cup career to send off. Crown, you got thoughts on that?
On Antolo?
Yeah.
Well, it's very similar to season 4, where he just kind of struggled and was stuck in that basically fight for ninth with Viking, which was just kind of sad to look at, personally.
Yeah.
He
Well,
was consistently getting I don't think he ever had a podium. I think he had one top 5 that season. 2. I think it's 2.
or in season 4?
4. It seems like it, at least.
He actually didn't get a podium at all that season,
Yeah.
but
It seems like a repeat of season 4. Where it's just struggling.
no.
I hope he bounces back, even though I had some problems with him the previous season. And I just hope for the better. That's my thoughts.
I think we've got that connection to Viking now. Trying to interview him about his team and his own driving this season. Viking, are you here?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So, MRI has been season 4 and season 5. They've been last in the, not last, but definitely far down there in the team standings. Now you're up to second with you've lit Nick. You have a win on the season. How do you feel going forward about the team and your drivers?
You know, doing alright. Problem is, I don't know what team that man is going to be at next season. It could be MR, it could be somewhere else. So it's not a very sustainable success.
Mhm.
So I think Nebulon hopefully starts to be more consistent showing up. I think he can put good points on the board. If you were to tell me, am I in the championship battle right now? I would say it's a long shot because Smith Sport have been so dominant. But last season, if you had said next season, do you want to take second, I would have shook your hand off. So it's not too bad.
Yeah. So yeah. So you said something about Litman Nick and not knowing if he was going to stay with the team next season. Is that on his choice or yours? If you want to keep him or not, or if he wants to go?
Obviously, we haven't talked about it, to be honest. But I think the conversations we had before he joined, it wasn't a long-term commitment. We haven't really talked about it this season.
Mm.
There's every chance he stays on for next season. There's every chance he doesn't. I hope he does, obviously, because it's a great driver. He should have 2 wins on the year. He should be in the lead of the championship, but so what it is.
Definitely has a big. I think he has a shot at going back to back in the title. But
Yeah,
he's gonna have to keep up with these Smith Sport teammates who really just have each other to you lean on for things they're missing out on. They definitely balance each other out, I'd say.
listen, I think that their team chemistry is not bad right now, but when it comes to the later half of the season, and if both of them are in the battle for the drivers' championship, I think we could see that fall apart. But Litmanik isn't going to have that problem, so I think that could work in Litmanik's favour later in the season if them two start squabbling.
It's a very good point, actually. Yeah.
It's the Max Verstappen Red Bull thing,
Mhm.
where he's helped in the drivers' championship in Formula One because his teammate is always a stinker. I nearly swore. Excuse me. I nearly. Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I want. So you have had not the best performance this season, but it's
Personally,
yeah for yourself.
I-
You're making it back.
it's where I thought I would be.
Mhm.
I haven't adapted well to the new cars, especially on the road courses, which is bad because I used to be a bit of a road course specialist. With the new car, I'm feeling quietly a bit confident going to today. To be honest,
Uh-huh.
not like I'm going to win the race, but I feel like we can get a good upper mid pack finish, and if there's a late race caution, I think we can make something happen.
Yeah. Well, I also you are one. Oh my gosh, you're 1 point behind Tawa.
Yeah.
How's that? If I told you that last season, how would you feel?
I don't think that's fair. Obviously, I think I've raced a couple more races than he has, and
Well,
I
you've
think
only. Sorry. Yeah, you've only raced one more race than he has.
one more race. Yeah. Hopefully, I remember. Before the season, I don't know if this is canon to VRA. The last competitive series we ran before this season was the World Cup, and
Yeah.
I had great pace. I think I finished third or fourth. Fourth. I finished fourth overall in the whole in the whole thing. That's a fine. I finished fourth overall in the whole thing. So I think I kind of just got the old cars. I finally got my head around them, and they changed it. So
Yeah.
maybe I'm just not adaptable.
Well,
But
yeah.
I
I
think
think.
I
Sorry.
had
I'll
a
let you.
decent run at Sonoma.
Mhm.
We gambled, and I often lose when I gamble. and we lost again.
Uh-huh.
And yet we haven't. The start of the season. What have we had? We've had a super speedway. Only
Super Speedway,
only
course.
one like what I would call like
Yeah.
a normal track, and I was all right at Las Vegas. So yeah, going to the day will be fun. Will be fun. I have been up way longer than I usually would going into a VOA race. I woke up at like 6 a.m. this morning to watch the F1. I normally wake up at like 12. So I'm gonna fall asleep mid race and hit someone. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna start practice.
That is being worked on, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. One more thing, before I leave.
Yeah.
Your Axel is a bitch.
Anyway, apologies. I don't think
Yeah.
we still have connection to Glaxel, but coming down to the last minutes here. Anything you two want to add? We've gotten through most of the drivers we wanted to interview, but yeah.
All right. No comment as of right now. I just want to see how the race just goes. I'd rather just see what happens. I'd rather just see what happens.
Yeah. I am going to hop out. Thank you guys for having me. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have our usual host of Starry hop into the booth for me. Starry, you here?
Hello.
Hello, Starry. Or Scully, whichever whichever it is. Thank you guys very much. I will now be going back to my executive role.
We finished?
Group and C Sports reserve their respective rights. Any unofficial use of this telecast without credit to C Broadcasting Group and the respective rights holder is prohibited.